Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
Toll free 603-835-3224 is the number. You are listening to yours truly. Hey, there is another poll done, a Washington Post ABC News poll that coincides with what we were talking about as far as Americans not being comfortable with some of the liberal social changes. And it's quite interesting. Now, this is now keep in mind, as I said, there are polls out there showing that, even liberal polls that are showing that Americans in general and overwhelmingly do not support the direction that we're going as far as social issues are concerned. And here's a poll that from the liberal Washington Post ABC News. Now, the question was, would you describe yourself as comfortable or uncomfortable with the country's overall direction on social issues these days? Now, those that responded and said strongly comfortable, 14%. Sick individuals, yes, but said 14%. Somewhat comfortable, 21%. Those of no opinion, 2%. Now, here is the surprising numbers that even took ABC News by surprise. But we've had all these wonderful wins. How is this possible? ABC News is trying to figure out. Somewhat uncomfortable is equal to somewhat comfortable at 21%, but strongly uncomfortable is 42%. So if you add those two together, you're looking at 63% of being uncomfortable with the direction that we're going, with only 35% that are comfortable. So nearly double the number of Americans are not comfortable as are comfortable. And anytime you get 60% or more in any kind of poll or a vote, you've got an overwhelming majority. And there's nobody's ever argued with that. Well, sometimes you get some liberals that say if it doesn't go their way, it's not an overwhelming. It's not 70 or 80%. But no, if you get more than 60%, that is usually generally classified as being an overwhelming majority. And liberals have tried to say that Obama had an overwhelming majority. What did he win by his first? Was it 55% of the vote? His first election, they were trying. It wasn't 60%, but they're trying to say, well, that's an overwhelming majority. Well, not really, but okay. But if that's the case, and he didn't even hit 60% of the vote, then you have to say that 63 to 65% is an overwhelming majority. Plain and simple. That people just are not comfortable. Now, I understand that, because I always talk about being logical and not being based on feelings, but you have to understand, if people are uncomfortable about something, why are they uncomfortable? Because something doesn't seem right and logical. And it is not logical to abort as many or more babies than are being born. How is that possibly logical? I mean, you're talking about if Planned Parenthood were the Nazis back in World War II, all of those doctors would be brought up on war crimes. But now it's peacetime, and we're supposed to say, well, it's a woman's choice. And I have always said before, well, how do you do that? How do you reconcile that? When you even have a bunch of liberals out there saying, well, we need to have, it came about because of, some states have laws that if you murder a pregnant woman, it's a double murder, double homicide. And this was put into place by liberals. And I've always asked the question, well, if you're saying that that's just a tissue mass or a lump of tissue or something, it's not anything but a human being while it's in the womb. And if the mother can actually, just go downtown to Planned Parenthood and end that baby's life, how is it you're going to charge somebody else with murdering that baby in the womb? Well, because the mother wants to keep it. How about, and I've asked this question too, how about if the woman is going to Planned Parenthood to have an abortion, but a drunk driver hits her car and kills her. You're still telling me that's a double homicide. Well, yes. Well, how is it a double homicide when she was just about to get rid of the baby? Well, she didn't do it yet. So the mother can murder, but a drunk driver can't. That's another thing that always gets them. Well, no. Well, yeah. You guys on the left have done this yourself. You're telling us that that child in the womb, by law, is a life, is a human being. And you're giving this super right to the mom, edifying the mom to the point of goddess, where the mom gets to decide who lives or dies. You know, that's the power of God. So you're saying it is quite all right that if the mother of the baby decides to end that baby's life, but it is not okay for somebody else to decide to end that baby's life. That's hypocritical. It's illogical. It makes absolutely no sense. And the worst part is that most of you on the left, now there's some of you who don't get it and never will get it, but most of you on the left, you do understand it and you do get it, and yet and still you support this stupid, ridiculous notion, well, I'm for choice. No, that's a bunch of BS. You're not for choice. Let's just put it on the table. You're for murder. You support a form of infanticide, which is a form of murder. That's what you support. You are pro-abortion. Don't give me this bullcrap, well, I'm pro-choice. No, you're pro-abortion. Plain and simple. And I'm done and through trying to go round and round in circles with you leftists on this. I'm going to label you just exactly what you are. You're pro-abortion. You're pro-murder. You're pro-infanticide. Plain and simple. And this is something that Americans are starting to realize, and they're looking at all this stuff with Planned Parenthood and these videos and everything, and a bunch of other stuff, even if it's coming down from the Supreme Court. And we are, as a nation, extremely uncomfortable with the direction that we're going. Just to what? Appease a few, just a few minority types of groups. And when I say minority, I'm not talking skin color. I'm talking minority in everything. So we're supposed to, handle and like this notion that a very small few is going to rule the day and rule over the majority. Now, understand, the Constitution was designed so, yes, the majority could not run roughshod over the minority. But it was also designed just to make sure that the minority, because they were a minority, did not have the opportunity or chance to rule the majority. Because let's face it, our founding fathers came out of a system where the minority ruled the majority. It was called, kings and queens in the court, in the hierarchy, and the ladies and lords. There were few of them, but they got to rule over everybody. The vast majority, the vast majority of the paupers and the general public, the middle and poor class or lower class, if you were to put it in modern day terms. Back then, when you had monarchies and dictatorships, you had the inner circle, the court, if you will, the king and his court, or the queen and her court, ruling over the middle and lower class, which was the vast majority of people in that particular country. So our founding fathers fully understood that they also did not want the minority to be in charge of the majority, any more than they wanted the majority to stamp out and stomp on the minority. They felt that everybody